Hello, my name is Dana Rockwell, and I would like to present my research paper for Dr. David Agnew, the fall of 2015, History and Principles of Vocational Education. The title of my research paper is Addressing Adult Technology Classes in Vocational Education. Teaching technology in adult education is a current issue and is of great concern. Referring to a quote by Thomas Jefferson that a nation cannot expect to be ignorant and free, never has been, would like to substitute the word independent for free, otherwise saying adults cannot expect to be independent and remain ignorant of current technology practices. Keyboarding and mouse skills are basic technology skills. Online learning is a more advanced technology use for adults. If we refer to lifelong learning initiatives or learner-centered, John Dewey and Charles Prosser's theories that we need to meet the needs of the student and have their participation in actual circumstances, then covering these basic needs from the keyboarding and mouse skills to the higher education online learning must be considered. Helping people understand and manage their health and financial needs are also addressed as adult student needs. As we speak in Arkansas, there are no vocational education funds for technology skills to be taught to adults until these technology skills involve funding educational institutions. Educational institutions will not be interested in providing this needed service. To continue my research paper, I would like to point to three main areas, and that would be transitioning adults to career and college ready, adults remaining independent through technology, and vocational education tapping this huge market of adult learners. The first demographic group of learners for which I will refer includes people that have the savvy to recreate themselves and the private resources to do so without assistance. Over 50 and back in college, preparing for a new career, touches on this group. This article discusses that by 2030, the number of Americans 65 and older will reach 72 million, up from 40.2 million in 2010. This figure is according to the United States Census Bureau. And other studies from the article found that nearly 3 of 5 working retirees looked at retirement as an opportunity to shift to a different line of work. This article includes many educational suggestions that are excellent for adults prepared with skills to partake in their programs, and vocational education could become involved and bridge the gap for adults that would otherwise have the ability to participate but do not have the technology skills. Vocational education is the perfect educational institution to bridge these gaps, and we can refer to Prosser's theorem of rethinking ideas when we end up discussing in an article that our educational system ends in a person's 20s when a person is likely to work into their 80s. Older workers want or need to expand their skill set to continue working. Self-directed learning that focuses on individual needs is a must. For retraining an individual we must also consider community benefits, preventing isolation, access to social networks, and the ability to use complex new technologies are reason for this attention. The Lifelong Learning Initiatives adopted a learner-centered approach to facilitate self-paced, personalized learning trajectories within a whole-of-a-community perspective that makes this learning attractive and applicable to people of all ages, genders, and socioeconomic backgrounds. With this in mind, programs must include flexible curriculums. The program curriculum should be established from beginner to expert, and there is some structure needed, but they do need to be flexible. The World Health Organization defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not just absence of disease. Adult learners want to learn ICT topics according to their past experiences. They want a tutor interested in their skill and personal development, and they want to be able to navigate difficult web pages. And I would like for you to be looking at the next slide that simply states older adults require roughly twice as long to learn new technology as younger adults. In the cartoon, "Hi, sweetie, how was school today?" And the child responds, "You can read about it on my blog, Dad." So even to stay connected with your family, adults need to learn the technology. I found it interesting that fluid intelligence is a strong predictor of computer use. Fluid intelligence is described as abstract problem-solving ability. The crystallized intelligence was, or cultural knowledge. Computer anxiety, computer efficacy or beliefs about the ability to use computers, and education, ethnicity were other factors to measure the resistance of technology education for adults that fell below the fluid intelligence finding. The article also reported that older adults take roughly twice as long under a self-paced learning condition to learn a new word processor than young adults do. However, absolute time to learn is dependent on the increasing knowledge base older adults continue to acquire. Experienced older word processors acquire skill with a new program about as fast as inexperienced young adults do. I felt that was a bit reassuring. To discuss the college and career ready standards, I would like for us to realize that the vocational education has a chance to reach the market that does not have access to this training. Vocational education can provide high-quality programs and skills to be successful in the 21st century workplace by addressing local needs for employment, surveying the skills that are lacking. Online learning is growing, and according to the National Research Center for CTE, online CTE classes were very effective for success. Setting personal goals requires flexibility in the educational offerings. To facilitate programs, we must be flexible. The student learner would need to set personal goals for themselves, however, be able to increase or decrease their expectations as they move through the program. Being a flexible curriculum would allow that. I'd like to present a group of my coworkers that are all in a different work environment than they have been in the first part of their lives, and they have transitioned from teachers to administrators and clerical workers that have adapted to the technology required and are assisting younger workers and helping them acquire the skills needed to succeed in our environment. Thank you for your attention.